up, y'all? John Wetmore here at my office just outside of Atlanta in the burbs in Kennesaw. Got a full day coming up with Jamal, agent in our team that reached out to get some help and coaching and guidance. So had him come out, spend a full day with me. We're going to be going over everything he needs to do to hit personal production goals, some team production, some leadership stuff. And actually, he's just going to get to watch a full day in the life of what I got going on, because we got a packed day. Have a real estate closing today, have 2 coaching calls with agents, getting on a coaching call with Patrick Bet-David for my own growth. And he's going to get to sit and spend some time with my team, staff, and learn everything we got going on in the office to be as productive as we are. So check out the video coming up. If you'd be interested in spending a day down here with us, shoot me a DM, let me know. Love to see you around.
My name is Jamal Khalid. I'm down here with John Wetmore today to pick his brain, learn some stuff, see how I can scale, see how I can grow my business.
What up? John Wetmore here. My buddy Jamal came in for the day to, well, shit, you tell him why you came in for the day. How about that?
I came in today to spend some time with you, learn some things. You know, I had a little bit of success off of reading your book and implementing the things that you talk about as far as dialing and activity. And so my upline blessed me with this day to come down and spend some time with you and learn some things and try to do the best that I can to elevate my business with scaling and growing and teaching and all of that.
Cool. How long you been in?
I got my license in February 2021.
Okay. So over almost 4 years,
yeah,
3.5 years.
Yeah, almost.
Dang. Okay.
And so I didn't put no activity in the first batch of leads that I bought.
First ever?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first ones I ever bought.
Okay.
And so
like none whatsoever? You didn't even call them?
No, I called them.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't put the
I always find people that like buy leads and never call them. No, and I was going to see if that was you, because I was going to get it on video and be like, told you they exist.
Yeah. No, I called.
It's not a lot.
I just didn't know what I was doing. I'll just say that. As far as dealing with objections and stuff like that. So, of course, I blamed the leads. Yeah. And I went back to my 9-to-5. I was driving trucks. So I went back to doing that.
So you quit after one batch?
Yeah.
You know I did that too, right?
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. Yeah. I was frustrated with it, but my upline, who is my cousin, you know, so I keep in touch with her all the time. And I knew she was doing insurance, right? And I just knew whatever she was doing, it was working, because I saw her success.
Yeah.
So I called her about 3 months before my license was time to renew. And I said, just tell me what to do. I need to do it. So I started.
So this was what, a year ago? Something like that?
This was October last year.
So almost a year back.
Yeah, October 2023. Okay. I started back, you know, she's learned a lot from you. She broke down my schedule because I was still working full time.
Yep.
So she broke down my time as far as getting in the training, my learning curve, all of that. And so.
What made you want to come back? Like, why?
Because I've been working for other people so long.
Yeah.
I worked 2 jobs, 2 full-time jobs, sleeping 2 hours, an hour and a half in between jobs. Not sleeping, you know what I mean, and going from one job to another. I was just tired of doing that.
Yeah.
And I was doing that for so long, I still had no success. I was still living from paycheck to paycheck. Yeah. You know, so, and then plus, you know, again, I saw my cousin, she's making hell of money.
She's doing well.
And she's
vacationing. And you've seen the climb with her.
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah. So I said, whatever because actually she got me into driving trucks.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Years ago.
Was it like long haul stuff or local?
Both. Over the road and local.
Okay.
I did over the road for a while, but at the time, married with kids, it didn't work, you know. And so October 2023, I got back with her. She started coaching me, stuff like that. So I ended up taking 2 weeks of leave from my job.
Yep, that's right. I remember this now.
I closed my first deal. And when I saw it paid more than what I did a full week at work, come back and get the truck. Come pick up this company truck. I'm not coming back. This is what I'm going to do full time. And I started having some success, some real success. And was one of the things she taught me was every time, you get a deposit, take half and put into your lead account.
Yep.
And so I started gaining a little cushion. Then I had a tragedy in February of this year with my youngest daughter. So I didn't fall back completely. I still, checked in with the weekly meetings. I tried to work. I would take my laptop up to the hospital and try to work, but mentally I wasn't present,
Illness, right? One accident, illness.
Illness, yeah. She was born with trisomy 18, where her heart and lungs didn't develop all the way.
No way.
Yeah, so she was already born with a terminal illness. They said she wasn't going to make it 3 days, but she made it 3 months. And then they said, well, with this condition, life expectancy is 1 year.
Yeah.
So she made it. She was 2 days shy of making it 6 months.
Got it.
And so that really hurt me to the core because the convention in Texas we went to, when I came back, I was under the weather. I was sick. So when we took her to the hospital, when she had an episode, she had COVID. So I thought I gave it to her. So it kind of made me feel like I progressed her, so that was hard, but I had to get over it. For a couple months, I was working, but I wasn't putting the activity in. And I think also my mood coming through the phone, the clients could hear it,
100%.
And so that week.
Were you working anywhere else?
No.
This was it. What were you doing? Because most
this?
No. When you weren't putting in that activity, but this is all you do. What were you actually doing during the day?
I was making a few phone calls.
The question I'm looking for.
Yeah, I wasn't doing nothing.
The answer I'm looking for. But I mean, specifically what I know nothing. Watching TV,
watching TV. Yeah, I was watching TV. Distracted by other things. I wasn't really working. To be honest with you,
I've always wanted someone to be like,
I wasn't really working.
did it with a guy one time. I'm like, all right, what time do you get up? 6 o'clock. What do you do at 6:01?
Right.
Walk my dog for how long? He was like 90 minutes. I'm like, you walk your dog for 90 minutes? That's what I said.
Yeah, that's a long.
But I respected it because he gave me the real answers.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then we were able to dive in there, and I'm
right.
How many times do you do that a day? He's like 3. I'm like, what?
A 90-minute walk?
Bro, so I've always wanted to know. Lucky. Again, for me, it was like, man, I would sleep till like 9:30 because my wife had to be to work at 10 at the time. This is years ago.
Okay.
So 9:30, she'd kind of wake me up as she was walking out the door.
Right.
And then I would get some cereal and bring it into bed.
Yeah.
And then I'd watch Sports Center like 3-4 times. And then it'd be lunchtime. And I'd make myself feel good, and I'd throw some laundry in for her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And it'd be like 2 o'clock, and I'm like, I should probably dial now.
Yeah.
And then by like 3, it's like, well, the kids get home soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And then once the kids come home,
Yep.
But I wasn't putting in the activity, and so that week, you had the training here, and Nika had us all on the Zoom.
Yep. Yeah, so we do for those that are watching, I do these like masterminds, more like master classes, if you will, more than a mastermind. I don't bring in a bunch of people necessarily, but it's very open. There's no like hard agenda. It's like, who's here? What do they need help with? And we just kind of chop it up. We do them in my office every month or two. There's an events page on wetmore.com/events. You can see them. People come in. I do them on Zoom a lot. Probably 100 people every time get on a Zoom. But in the office, they're more small and intimate. And, but she rolled in with her laptop.
Yeah.
Rolling.
Yeah.
With y'all remote. There were, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 of y'all?
Yeah, about 6,
8,
7 of us.
Something like that, yeah. Watch the whole thing on Zoom.
Yeah, we watched the whole thing on Zoom. And, you called my name out right at the moment. My mind is always running. So I was listening, but I was thinking about something else. You called my name out. You asked me how many appointments I ran this week, how many presentations, how many apps I submitted. And I want to ask you that too, how you break those numbers down so I can learn how to do it.
Yeah.
But after you broke my numbers down and I saw you write on the board that I only worked 7.5 hours for the whole week.
Yeah.
I said, that's not even a whole 8-hour shift on a 9 to 5.
Like, we'll do it live now for those watching, right? And so the first question is always, and this was it a Thursday or a Friday?
It was a Thursday.
Thursday. So I was like, all right, so we got my version of a week: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're 5 days into the week.
Okay.
Right. So I'm like, how many presentations have you made so far this week? That was the first question.
Right.
What was your answer? Do you remember?
It was like 3.
3 presentations for the week.
Yeah.
And how long is the average one?
Half hour.
Half hour.
Yep.
All right. So we got 3 presentations at 30 minutes a pop. And I know your strength is not the math.
Right.
But I made you suffer on that call to figure it out.
You did.
Where were we
It
at?
was like an hour and a half.
And so 90 minutes presenting.
Yep.
Okay. And then the question was, all right, so we got 90 minutes presenting to clients so far in the week, which probably already got your wheels turning a little bit, right? Thinking. But then it's like, all right, how many phone calls did you make prospecting, trying to present on top of that?
That week, it was probably no more than 100.
So 100. And fair to say most don't answer.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. So if you call me once and I don't answer, how long does that process take?
A minute. 60 seconds.
Max, right?
Yep.
Before it hits voicemail.
Exactly.
So if you made 100 of those at 1 minute a pop, we're how long? 100 minutes. Right?
yeah,
100 calls,
minutes,
1 minute
yeah,
each. Granted, the couple you talk to, you might, you know what I mean, be 2, 3, 4 minutes, whatever, but some are 32 seconds before it hits voicemail, whatever, go straight to voicemail. So I'm a minute average, 100 minutes prospecting.
Right.
So that's 2 hours, under.
Yep.
So we got 2 hours prospecting,
Yep.
hour and a half presenting,
So that's 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours. I don't know how we got up to the 9 hours, 7 hours we said you were at.
Right.
Maybe you fudged some numbers when I asked. But I think we got up to 7.5 hours for the week.
7.5 hours.
Because you weren't doing any recruiting, did you?
Nope.
There was no recruit. I don't know how we got to 7 hours.
No recruiting.
But it's like 3.5 hours on your career where you make money. Now, I don't let you count. You were in our event for, it was start at 9. This was probably at 3 in the afternoon.
Exactly.
So it's probably 6 hours.
Yep.
I'm like, that don't count.
Right.
And the concept was, how do we get to 40 hours that matter?
Right.
Right? Because what I always tell people is like, any job you all got out there, how many hours is defined as full time?
40
It's 40. Okay. Now that's average.
Yeah.
Everyone does that.
Everyone.
You worked 2 jobs before.
I was doing 80.
So 40 ain't anything special.
Right. Exactly.
40 is mediocre at best.
Right. Yep.
Fair?
Fair. All day.
So I'm like, all right, how do we do 40 hours of this? And like, you might be a rare exception, but when I went and worked 40 hours at a job, I had to drive to get there. I didn't get paid to drive.
Exactly.
I had to work 40 when I got there. Now, drivers, I know sometimes you get paid per mile. Maybe you don't. Maybe you got to drive to pick up the truck. I don't know how your deal worked.
No.
That's the only argument I've ever had. They're like, I get paid to drive. I'm an Uber. I'm like, you get the point.
Yeah.
Asshole.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, how do we do 40 hours of doing what matters? And
Money making activities.
I saw your face, bro.
On the Zoom.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was pissed with myself.
Yeah.
I was pissed. Yeah.
Guess the wheels turning.
Yeah, I couldn't. And then I know you know, and you sat back and you said, hey, if you're happy with that, then, you know, go ahead and, you know, don't complain to me. And I was like, I'm not going to complain. I just need to do it. So that's what I did.
So what'd you feel that night after that? You get off. You obviously had to think. I'm sure your mind was racing.
My mind was racing. It wasn't like I was trying to think of the perfect thing to say on the phone or anything like that. I just knew from listening to you and from what Nika taught was to make $300. So that was my next goal.
Next step.
I woke up that morning fresh, ready to dial.
You married, right? You married?
No.
You're not. Okay. I don't know. You with someone? I didn't know if you. My question was going to be, did you go tell anyone you're only working 3 hours? Like, yo, I was on this call and I
couldn't even say that. I was too embarrassed. I couldn't say it. Like in the Zoom, I was embarrassed with the team I was on with the Zoom, the people that was here. So I just said, you know, I had no words. I just had to put it in action.
Yep.
You know, and so that next day, I made 300 dials, set 10 appointments, and submitted 1 app.
Okay. How many presentations was the 10
It was
appointments?
6.
Okay. So now we got 6. So that's 3 hours presenting. And you said $300?
$300.
So we got 60, 120, 240, So 5 hours dialing. What did we say? 6 presentations? So 3. So that's 8 hours.
Yeah. Yep. And I submitted
Just like that.
Just like that. And then the light bulb went off.
Yeah.
I said, this is that simple. And you've been saying it for years, you know? And so I had no special script. I did nothing different. It built more confidence on the phone, I would say that.
Yep.
And so I just been sticking to that daily.
So that's your goal, daily goal.
Daily goal. That's my
300 phone calls.
Well,
is there a minimum number of presentations or appointments? If you don't hit it, you keep dialing, or what do you do now?
Well, now Nika has pushed me to 500.
My man.
Yeah. So I'm at 5. I haven't reached that yet, but
that's the goal.
That's the goal. Yeah.
If you don't reach it, is because you have too many people you're talking to and presenting to.
Exactly.
So you don't even had to hit it.
No.
See, that's what I love about this, dude. Is I always challenge people to do big numbers, and I'm like, most people don't ever have to do the bigger number because they get the reps get you good and confident. And you speak different. Like you led to it earlier. Your tone is different. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
How long? When was? I'm trying to think. When was that? It's been about a month, right?
It's been about a month. Yeah.
Do you know how much you've written since? How many apps roughly?
I've written like 14
apps.
14 apps. I got a deposit this morning.
How much?
And I was like, oh, wow. It was like 300. It was a short one.
Yeah,
It was
but
a
still.
policy I did. But I was like, oh, this feels good.
Just shows up.
Yeah. It just shows up. So it was great. I mean, I love it. So now.
Is that the most apps you've written in a month?
Yeah. Yeah.
On the way.
On the way, yeah. That was the most I've ever written in a month. So now I'm seeing that now it's not that difficult.
Yeah.
It's not that difficult. It's just doing things that, like, you know, the money making activities. Because I would be checking emails and,
Yeah, buddy.
you know, let me call the carrier and just check on this real quick and, you know.
Makes you feel good.
Yeah, but I'm not making no money, you know. So now I look forward to getting up in the morning and dialing now.
What's your goal now, apps wise? What are you trying to hit?
I want to submit 7 to 10 apps
A week. Okay.
Yeah. I want to do
What's the most you've hit in a week now?
5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Dope. I love it, dude. It's all good stuff. All telesales, right?
Yes.
Yep. Remote. Cool.
I've been thinking about implementing some door knocking or maybe something. You know.
Hey, we're just getting started, dude.
Yeah.
For the day. So now it leads into, what are you here for? Why are you here? What are you trying to get out of today? Like, what do you want to gain?
I just want to know, like, what are my next steps? I know I implemented the dialing, right? But what is next? I know it's the little things that matter, you know? So what's my next steps to just keep scaling? Building my business, you know, my learning curve, I wanted to get better, but I also want to scale and build at the same time.
Personal side, but then build the actual, you want to recruit and build a team, stuff like that. Cool.
And so I'm kind of stuck with having a little bit of success on the personal side. No, I don't have John Wetmore success yet, but I want to try to implement the scaling at the same time. But, you know, sometimes people don't want to follow unless they see, you know.
Especially when you think that.
Yeah, well, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. I got it.
It's lesson 1.
Okay, lesson 1. I got it. Let me write this down. I've been writing stuff down all day, so let me write this down.
He has been taking notes. You got a little preview. I came in hot today.
Yeah.
I had a lot going on before we started.
Let me write this down now. Yep.
Oh, man.
Mindset, definitely.
I mean, that's that thing as you're writing it. It's not like I created that, but it's like, what's that saying? They say, like, those who think they can and those who think they can't are both right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Someone famous said that. This is just all you did to yourself.
Yeah.
Was you've convinced yourself you can't until.
Okay.
Like, why? Why? Who put that rule in place?
Right. I mean,
That's a universal rule no one can get around? I'm like,
I mean, at one point, I never thought that I would sell as many as I
Correct.
have, you know? So
it's like you got to watch the way you speak to yourself.
Okay. Yeah.
We all do it, bro. I do it every day.
Yeah.
And I got to watch. I'm like, stop it. Catch yourself. You know what I mean? So it's like you got to be in charge of you too. Because you, by default, not because you're a bad person, we're negative, dude.
Yeah.
We have limitations on it. Yeah,
exactly.
we're all human. We're all messed up.
Yep.
You know, it's like I think a lot of people see me or others haven't think that doesn't exist. I'm like, I had to do it this morning multiple times. Like, I didn't want to get out of bed this morning, go to the gym. I was tired. I was late. I didn't sleep well. I didn't want, you know what I mean? But I'm like, what are you going to feel like later if you skip the gym?
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel like shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, get up.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I got up way later than normal for me. You know, and I was just like, but I was at the gym 7:30, dude, doing a crazy workout.
Okay.
Yeah, man, still rubbing crust out of my eyes, but I'm like, I gotta knock it out.
That's my next step is the workout.
You know,
Implement that and stay steady with that too.
so I love it, dude. We're gonna spend some time today. We're gonna finish this. Y'all are gonna see a part 2 here because he's got. Oh, you seen a couple calls. You seen me close on a house.
Yeah.
It took 19 seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been running since I walked in the door, dude. I lived this stuff, so it'll be a busy day. We'll learn a lot.
Okay.
And look forward to it, dude. So we'll come back in a little bit.
Love it.
My dude.
All right.
So meaning you go like day 1 you dial 12 times?
No, I mean, day 1 you're supposed to dial 300 or at least 150 for the people that are working.
I know it's a part-time. We're talking people, this is what they do full-time.
Okay, yeah, 300.
Okay. If they're part-time, I don't care what they do either. But you know what my minimum threshold is?
What's that?
How long does one take?
60.
How many can we do an hour?
60.
16 hours is my threshold.
Okay.
All right, Steve, you're part-time. How many hours can you dial today? 2.5. Cool. Minute a dial, 60, 120, and then 30 more, 150 dials. 2.5 hours. That's your goal.
That's a go. Okay.
And then for me, I go, think if you made 100, say you make 100 dials, how many people do you think will pick up on average, roughly?
100 dials will actually pick up.
Yeah. You make 50 to pick up on 100 dials?
Yeah.
For real? I don't get how many people answer.
I mean, maybe 40.
I don't know. I'm just asking you. You get that many people, I ain't mad at you. Keep doing what you're
I
doing.
mean, if you dial 100 people, I mean, I would think.
100 phone calls.
100 phone calls?
Yeah.
Probably about 30 actually. pick
Okay.
up.
Cool. How many do you think you could book?
Out of the 30, probably like 10 or 15.
Okay.
Maybe.
So then for me, every 100 phone calls, the expectation should be the other person that's dialing, and maybe they're new, maybe they're just not, they should be getting at least 20 objections.
Okay.
So that's the goal for me. It ain't phone calls.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah, because what can I correct? Can I correct them listening to the ringtone?
No.
They ain't nothing to do that.
Right.
Where's the work?
Okay.
It's the mistake in talking to people, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so the goal now is, day 1, I need you to go give me 30, 40 objections today.
Okay.
If you can't do that, I got nothing to work with, bro.
Okay.
Why? I need the mistakes.
Right.
Meaning with Maddox, he's 12, he plays baseball. If he goes out and we're gonna work on ground balls and fielding them better. If he takes one ground ball, how well can I work with him?
No.
There ain't nothing to fix.
Ain't nothing fixed.
But if I hit him 40 ground balls,
Yeah. Then you
now what?
Yep.
I can see what he's doing wrong with his feet and his elbow and his butt and all this stuff.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I can coach him.
Okay.
So if you don't give me mistakes, I can't coach you. Do more. You remember what the M means?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember? From the book.
Mistakes.
Yeah, 100%. I need them.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Without the mistakes, I can't help you.
Gotcha.
So for me, I'm getting them to focus on what they fear most, which is the objections. I ain't worried about the appointments. We don't have an appointment goal today. I know you want to book appointments.
Right.
We're going to do 60 phone calls an hour, and I need you to go out and get 30, 40 objections. You get 30, 40 objections, we're going to analyze them. You'll find out it's probably how many actual objections. How many do you think there really are?
Like 10.
Max.
Yeah. It's not a.
That's a stretch.
Yeah. It's
It's going to be the same shit over and over and over again, which is going to show you we don't have much to work on.
Right. Yeah.
Like this is easy, and that's all easy. You're like 90-day boot camp. I'm like, yo, today this is easy. 30, 40 objections, we fix this shit now.
Okay.
I want this to sound easy.
Okay.
I don't want this to sound like it's gonna take 90 days to get good. Maybe it does take 90 days, I don't give a shit. But my wording ain't gonna come out like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I wanna normalize how many objections they need to get. Because how many did you get your first day before you quit? I got 3, and I was done. I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah, I mean, I kept dialing, but my mood changed. So I
Yeah.
was just dialing just because.
Correct.
Yeah, but I mean, I was.
So for me, 30, 40, you ain't doing no work yet. It's day 1.
Right.
So you can't be mad, but right, it's a different. They all have a different perspective of it. Where if I go, I need you to go book 10 appointments, and they get on the phones for 2 hours, and all they've got is told to fuck off 7 times, they're pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Where me, they're only 20% of the way there.
Yeah.
We said 7 objections. We just getting started.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Does that make sense? I want to change the way they're looking at it.
Yeah, it makes
Now, maybe they're a killer dude and they get 10 people to pick up and they book 8, it's a fucking home run. Now, what do I look like? Shit. Dipshit. It's a lot easier than he said.
Right.
I'd rather that.
Yeah.
Than they get 5 and be like, whoa, this is hard. I don't want that perspective.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, for me, why not have $300 for the first day?
Okay.
Now, again, they're part-time, 16 hours. I can dial for 45 minutes. Cool, you should get $45.
Right.
Now, it's going to be hard to make any money 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Yeah.
And 45 dials, maybe we should get 10 people to pick up, maybe you get 4, 5, 6 objections. Does it make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
So then if we go 90 days, think about how many objections can you get then? 1,000? You're gonna be really fucking good in 90 days. If I can work on 1,000 ground balls with Maddox, dude, he's gonna get in a groove. He's gonna see the way the ball bounces.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's all gonna start to slow down.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He's gonna know how to shuffle his feet left to right or get crossed up. He's gonna figure that stuff out.
Okay.
With 1,000 ground balls, like that's
All in reps.
Same thing with agents.
Okay.
But your mistake is you ain't here. You ain't seeing the ground. You're like this.
Mm-hmm.
I know they're taking ground balls over there,
Right.
but I ain't seeing none of
I ain't
it.
saying none of them. Right. Okay. Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're missing one of the most important pieces for you to help them with their success. And again, don't gotta make a big deal of it, but I want to get them uncomfortable.
Okay.
And if they ain't willing to, what does that mean? Do you remember my biggest 2 things that I need from people that I'm gonna work with?
Coachable.
Yep.
And do what they say they're gonna do.
Yep.
And
So if they ain't willing to get on the phone
Right.
unmuted, which I'm telling them is part of the program from the rip,
Right.
and it sounds like it's an easy yes before it's time to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, part of the thing is what we do is we get people on the unmute, that way I can coach you one-on-one. It's super easy, everyone does it. You have no problem doing that, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, no problem.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Now they gotta do what they said they're gonna do.
Right.
Now if they go, ooh, unmute, I'm afraid of that. Now what rule can I go to? Coachable.
Coachable.
Ooh, wait, you said you want to do this tomorrow. Part of doing this means you gotta unmute. It's part of the team. It's the way this team works. You not want to be on the team anymore, bro?
Okay.
I pull away. Does that make sense? I can put them right there in that bucket, right off the rip.
Okay.
And no one's gonna tell me no. Very, very. And if they it's nervous. Of course it's nervous.
Yeah,
It's just like Maddox when he goes on the first day of school, middle school, he's nervous too.
Yeah.
First time you went into your last job, you were probably nervous too.
Yeah.
Like it's normal to be nervous.
No. Yeah.
What's not normal is for you to think you're gonna get out of it without being nervous.
Yeah.
That's not normal.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It makes sense. Yep.
So, just guiding people where you want them to.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'd say start there because you can do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, new rule.
Yeah.
Was talking to Wetmore.
Everyone.
My bad.
Everyone.
I messed up. Dude, baseball, ground balls, trucks. You give the examples. Here's my bad. We fucked this up.
Yeah.
Here's how we gotta do it now.
Yeah.
And here's why.
Okay.
And then what you do is you find a couple of other leaders that you got that are willing to do it unmuted with you.
Okay.
Like, why are you the only one?
Right.
Hey, it's your turn. You unmute from 9 to 10. I'll mute from 10 to 11.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you start, what's that doing? It's creating other leaders.
Right.
It's putting other people, in a nice way, put them on blast a little bit, getting them to be part of what you got going on, contribute to the team. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You'll see some people step up, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna coach your agents too. I need you guys to help over here so I can have time over here.
Okay.
And you start giving other people other responsibility, just like she's done with you to take on some of the stuff. Now it's like, all right, who else can help here? You know what I mean? And that allows you to even coach the people that are not afraid of it to another level.
Exactly.
And it allows the new people to see a different voice booking appointments.
Mm-hmm.
Start seeing like train wrecks booking appointments.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
They can't even get 2 words together in their booking appointments.
Mm-hmm.
You know how valuable that is to new people.
Yeah.
Or after those booking appointments. And then you see a new agent do it. You've seen them book their first one.
Right.
But what is that going to do for their confidence?
Yeah. Oh.
And and everyone's going to get to watch it.
Yeah.
They're going to see, good job, you killed that. You know what I mean? You can create this energy with it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
No different than he's filming this shit right now.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
To go on the
It's gonna go up. People gonna watch this shit and they're gonna like it. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna see what you're doing and change. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a purpose to it.
Exactly.
So we're always just trying to be, as we call, stupid intentional with stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now they've learned it. So I walk in. I'm like, I go to Amanda. I'm like, yo, do we have content planned today?
She looked at me like I was an idiot. She's like, come over here. They had it already planned. Like, we didn't even discuss it because they know that's what we do.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's just we're intentional with stuff. Get your ass out there on the streets.
Yeah.
Like, everybody wants to sit around and do telesales now and not work. And I'm like, what happens when you don't, like, I got a guy that messaged me this week and he's all foul about his numbers. I'm like, well, how many leads you working with? He's like, I ordered leads. I've got 3 so far this week. I just call them when they come in. I'm like, what on earth do you do the rest of the time?
Right.
I just wait for the leads. Why don't you open your front door and walk outside? There's a whole world out there.
Yeah.
Leads. Why is it only be paid leads that reach out to you and beg you to buy? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, sometimes we gotta self-generate. And that might not be for everybody. Maybe some people don't need to do that. Maybe some people have a circle. Maybe some people got money. But dude, if you ain't got money and you ain't got a circle, go out into the world and introduce yourself to people. Half the people in the country don't have insurance. 1 out of every 2 you talk to ain't gonna have no insurance, and probably not enough of the ones that do.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for you, if you do it, you document it, and share it with your team as you're going live, like this dude does.
Yeah.
You know what that'll do to your group, bro? It'll instill confidence in people who are too afraid to do it right now. So you just go out there and do it. You know, they're gonna look at you differently, 1, and then 2, someone's gonna copy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Someone will be like, oh dang, if he did it, I can do it. And then you highlight them for doing it. And then the new guy who just thinks you're a wizard sees that guy do it too. He can be like, oh dang, they did it too?
Yeah.
Oh shit, maybe I should try it.
Okay.
And then they do it, it's a wrap. Now it becomes the norm.
Right. Okay.
Again, is it the most efficient thing on planet Earth? No. But is it more efficient than sitting around watching Sports Center?
Yeah.
Yes. You know the truckers don't be taking care of themselves.
Nah, you don't. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But you can relate there, so I'm tapping into that somewhere. For sure.
Okay.
I mean, you know how to find them all, you know where they are.
I can pull right up to the yard.
Pull up.
Yeah.
Do your damn seminar.
Yeah.
It'd be a whole lot better than knocking old folks' homes.
That's true too.
You can speak their language, dude. Set something up. What do all truckers love? When they pulled over, what are they doing?
Eating.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fill them up.
Okay. Yeah.
Trucker barbecue day. Well, we're also going to talk about insurance.
Yeah.
I mean, no way you don't get some apps there.
Yeah.
And you know how to speak their language. You know what I mean? You give stories, give examples, talk about your life. You know what I mean? Oh, by the way, I used to be a trucker, now I do this. Who's open? Who's looking for an opportunity? You know what I mean? You just take it that way too.
Okay.
You don't think you talk to enough truckers, someone else is going to want to stop driving just like you did?
Yeah, most of them I knew.
So it's like, what are we doing with it? You know what I mean? Do you have any agents still in there?
One. I got one. I got her by default.
From Beacon?
From Nico. Yeah.
Are you talking to people already? You talking to people already?
Do I talk to people regularly?
About it?
No, I'm starting to implement that.
Come on, number a week, dude.
You know, I'm not a talkative person, but I'm trying to change that. You know, talking to more people, get out a little bit more. Because one of the reasons why I like telesales is because I can sit in the house and work hard all day. I mean, you know, before I wasn't doing the work, but now that I'm working, I'm enjoying being in the house working, but I need to get out more. You know, so and interact with people a lot more. So that's what I'm.
But you're dealing, you said you don't like talking to people, but you talk to people all day long in your boot camp.
I know, but I don't like talking to people.
You think I like talking to people?
Yeah, I don't.
It's the right people. It's like you don't like talking to complete strangers.
Yeah.
But if you had someone that wanted to make some extra money and get out of a situation, would you enjoy that?
Yeah, I do that.
So,
I talk to them. Yeah.
do we like talking to people? We don't like talking to people.
I don't like talking to people, but I'm doing it to help them out. Like if someone shows interest, then of course I'll talk.
Yeah.
But just walking up to somebody on the street and talking to them,
I hear that.
Yeah.
One leads to the other, though.
true.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're going to sacrifice the one, you don't get the one you like.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's like, which one do you dislike worse? Talking to people you don't know?
Yeah.
Or living the way you're living?
Living the way I'm living.
Alright.
Yeah.
So you gotta start speaking different. And I say it in humor. I always mess around with like, I don't like people. If I really love people,
Okay.
it's just, I have a certain demographic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Like, I like people that want to win and take care of their family. You know what I mean? Like, those are my people. You want to work hard and study and learn something new and get out like that. I like.
Right. Okay.
But you put me in, you know, my kid's open house. That's that school tonight.
Yeah.
You know I ain't going to that. My wife goes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take him to baseball lesson. I'm gonna talk to that guy.
Yeah.
That's it. 30 seconds when he's done.
And helping them with objections. But still at the same time, how do I build their confidence also? Just through that. I mean, this is a confidence builder right here. You know.
Yeah.
but-
So again, it's normalizing and minimizing things is the most important part. So like making it normal to get 30, 40 objections, that's normal. And when you get them, they ain't no big deal. It's just, it is what it is. It's like striking out, dude. I know you don't want to do it, but it's part of it. It's part of the game. You know what I mean? So now you got to work on people's emotions. You've been frustrated before.
Oh, yeah.
Share it. Talk about it. Hey, this is where I messed up.
Okay.
Why did you get frustrated? Do you know why?
Because I didn't do underwriting correctly and I was off by a couple of pounds. And so I lost the, you know,
Oh, I see.
they got declined. And so that frustrated me with the fact that I could have got them improved, but I was
But
off.
why would you get frustrated with that and I wouldn't?
Well,
Do you know what the difference is? I'll give you a hint. It's the E in the do more. You remember that one?
Yeah,
Remember the E?
expectations.
That's the only reason you're mad.
Yeah,
You had expectations that it was going to go perfect,
right.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
If I expect to get 40 objections, I get one, it'd be weird to get mad. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you're mad, it's because you had expectations that it was going to go differently.
Yeah.
So as the agents are getting frustrated, it's like, yo, what do you think you're, meaning with Maddox when we're playing golf,
Okay.
he gets mad when I say every time, bro, every time, his shot ain't a laser and land within a 6-inch spot that he thought it could land. He's mad. I'm like, bro, he's like, Dad, I played earlier and I was hitting it great. I go, welcome to the game of golf, bro.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched golf on TV? Yeah. The pros don't hit the ball where they want it to go every time.
Every time. Right.
I love you, son, and I don't want to burst your bubble because I know some days you play good.
Right.
Never in the history of time of this game
Right.
is the ball going to go exactly where you want it to go 100% of the time.
Yeah.
You may as well accept that now.
I mean, that's life, really.
Correct.
It's life. Yeah.
Right? But these agents want the equivalent of the ball to go exactly where it's every single time. They want to hit a hole in one every time.
Yeah.
I'm like, that ain't real. And if I use different examples, like I've done with you 42 times, it makes sense. And I'm like, you're doing the same thing. You're being like Maddox is on the golf course. So if Maddox were golfing and he hits a few bad shots, what are you going to tell him? What would you tell him? He hits some bad shots. What do you tell him?
I'd tell them to try it again.
Okay.
Yeah, do it again.
Okay. Wow. But what about the last shot?
Oh, it'll get better every time you do it. It'll, you know, the reps will make sure you'll get there in the right spot.
Okay.
But you got to put the reps in.
Okay. So can you tell your agents the same thing when they get frustrated over the top? So that's how you build confidence in people.
Okay.
That's how I build confidence in Maddox. It's normal to mess up. It's okay, dude.
Yeah.
We're gonna tweak the way you hit it now. I don't know how to teach golf.
Right.
I can be like, dude, you hit the ground 6 inches before the ball. I can see that. There's a divot before the ball. I watch enough videos to know the divot's supposed to be after the ball.
Right.
Now, how do we fix it? I don't know. I call Haley and book him a lesson because I don't know how to teach that.
Okay.
But I'm like, you're hitting the ground. You should hit the ball. Does that make sense?
Right, yeah.
So do something different, bro, to hit the ball. I do it too.
Okay.
I chunk it and I hit the ground.
Yeah.
So the next time I try to like scoot where I hit up.
Yeah.
That seems pretty simple to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm letting someone who does it really well do it.
Okay.
Meaning, I don't want them talking to each other, bro. You don't want them talking to their friends, their family, their cousin, their mom, their dad, their husband, their wife about, I didn't book this one. Well, you should do this, or those leads are stupid. Tell Jamal, you don't want that.
Right.
We want to make it normal that all the things that are happening, this is just how the game goes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then as they start to book one, it's like, hey, great job. Now, it doesn't mean the next call is going to go like that.
Like that, exactly.
But now you talked to 6, you booked 1. So if we want 2, how many more are we going to talk to?
12 more.
All right. When you get to 12, you get 2. You get to 120, you might have 10, 15 appointments.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, this is how it works. And this stuff, people start to go, I get no different than you with the hours.
Exactly.
On the video, you're like, all right, now how do I get to 30 apps a month? Well, now you have confidence in how to do it because you realize the activity dials went up, my contacts went up, my apps went up.
Right.
Now what do? You got to tweak the front end.
Okay.
More activity is going to get you more, hence the 300 to 500 hours. That's going to do it somewhat by default.
Okay.
And then from there, now we get better also. And when you combine the increased activity with the getting better part, dude, that number is deadly.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're still doing $500 a day next year, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
But right now, that's the answer.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It comes with reps, you get better, and then hopefully you're learning, which you seem to be, obviously you've written a million notes, you start to get better at the thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now you can do, dude, when I was at my peak, bro, I had 15 appointments done before lunch.
Okay.
My goal was at some point, I was just trying to, I couldn't even wrap my head around how to book 15 appointments early.
Right.
And, you know, again, in home for the following 2 days, it was like 15 appointments. Then my goal became, dude, I want to go to lunch with this dude because he was good and he would always go to lunch.
Okay.
And I'm like, I want to go be able to learn from him.
Okay.
So let me get done by noon.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How did I do that? I started dialing at 7 instead of 8:30. That was easy because that was default. And then I worked on my craft to get better.
Okay.
And then if I made 150 phone calls a day, it'd be a lot. At my peak.
Right.
Now, every once in a while, did I have a shitty day? Take 300, 400? Yeah. But it became, some days I get down to 40.
Okay.
40, 30 minutes up to 20. I mean, that happens someday, every once, that's far end and far end.
Right.
I mean, but I'd say on average, man, it got to a point where give me 3-4 hours on the phone, it's a wrap.
You got your whole
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, because I was good. I understood the pace. I understood how to communicate it well. I understood the numbers. I didn't get frustrated. They say, no, I'm not cool. Close to the next one. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just gotta, so you gotta sort of vision cast for them too.
Yeah.
Because they think whatever it feels like now, and you might feel like this in your current position. You feel like that's how it's gonna be forever. So they think this is what this career is like forever.
Right. It's not.
Nah, no different. Again, Maddox, first day, you got kids? Yup. First day in kindergarten math. Overwhelming. Dude, by 12th grade, you're doing trigonometry in your head.
Right.
Why? Reps.
Yeah.
Learning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Think about job, driving the truck.
Yeah.
Did you drive like the 18-wheelers?
Yeah, 18 with a flatbed. Yeah.
Back one up into a bag.
I can do that now. Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, because you had no rep.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I can use that example with anybody in any career they have. What do you do? I'm a nurse. Cool. Remember the first time you took blood? Now you can do it.
Like
You don't need your eyes open anymore.
Exactly.
Done.
Okay.
You let me take Reese's blood right now. Dude, he'll bleed out on the floor.
Right. Yeah.
But a nurse would give me it's so easy. You just find the vein, you do like this, I can teach you how to do it in 3 seconds. I'm like, cool, I can teach you how to do this in 3 seconds.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? I just give them perspective in a different light. And if I can understand what they do, it's really easy to make examples of almost any career. I don't even gotta know much about what they do. You know, but everyone can remember being fearful and then getting better and looking back and being like, oh, that got easy.
Yeah.
Pick a career that don't get easier the more you do it.
Yeah, because I mean, even when I first started, I was one of the ones that had my Zoom mic muted.
Of course.
And
Because that's easy.
Yeah, nigga would tell me
It's
all the time,
comfort.
like, you know,
Uh-huh.
unmute your phone.
Which, again, if you ain't gonna do it, I ain't mad.
Right.
But you ain't being coachable.
Right.
I just, no complaining rule. If you don't want to unmute and learn, I ain't mad at you. You can never complain.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're just gonna get what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
You know, it's like going out on the baseball field and Maddox trying to learn baseball by himself. After enough reps, will he get okay? Sure. Will he ever make it to the majors with no coaching?
No.
Ever. In the history of time.
Yeah, you need some coaching.
You know? So chances are you're probably not gonna be elite trying to figure it out on your own. So let's do it this way. And you gotta be really intentional about the steps. Make them short. 90 days, I'm like, what are we gonna do in the next 90 minutes? My dude.
Hey,
Day went by quick.
it did.
We had a lot of shit happen.
Yeah.
The hoodie. Show them. What do you think?
Do more.
Is it just a saying?
I love it. No, it's actually a lifestyle. Yeah.
It is, man. What'd you take away today? Give him some stuff. I know you're probably overwhelmed, and we've been done for all of 42 seconds.
Well, I mean, I took away a lot of doing things intentionally. Everything you do, have intention to do it. Plan your stuff out on how you want to do it. Talk about insurance a lot, you know. And just as far as like my personal plan and scaling and stuff like that, I mean, it's not hard to do. You just have to. It's kind of hard to explain because it's not a lot to explain. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like it's, you know, a thick book that you have to study and write down everything. It's just little key things that you need to implement, be consistent with it, and do it and stay on top of it. Yep. And if you do that, is, you know, the law of numbers is going to change. Yeah. You know?
What are some specifics that you're going to implement after today that you think? I know you're going to have some time to think about it. We're going to do some follow-up stuff.
Okay, definitely.
But just in general, I mean, we went through kind of some vision stuff for you. Mm-hmm. We definitely learned you tell yourself very limiting.
Yeah, I need to change my method.
Yeah, like you did it. I corrected you a few times today.
Yeah. I need to change my perspective on things.
Yeah, went through some family stuff. Mm-hmm. Went through some financial stuff, scheduling, team building stuff.
Yeah.
Hell, you watched me do a couple coaching calls.
I did. Yeah.
You got to watch me be on one getting coached.
Yeah.
Like, I'm with Patrick Bet David. I'm on his coaching thing, so you got to see me on the other side.
Right. Yeah.
Getting help,
which was interesting.
Yeah. Let's start there. Well, hell, that just ended.
Okay.
What'd you get out of that? What do you think?
I mean, I say that was way, way up here, but
yeah.
It's just good to see that, you know, the sky's the limit, and be able to know that anything is possible. You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely.
I mean, dude, it was crazy watching. I always see like the problems other people have.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw how much money that cat was making?
Yeah.
He did nothing organized on his end at all.
Exactly. Yeah. and
he's doing something right because he's making jack.
Yeah.
But it's like he don't have it all figured out.
No.
Every person on there. Yeah. Me, I'm asking questions like, what do I do today? What do I do tomorrow? How do I do this? How do I handle this thing?
Right.
You know, and it's like, well, how do you say it? When that guy was saying about how hard it was. Do you remember that guy?
Yeah, I remember.
What was his answer?
His Patrick's answer.
Yeah.
It was, you know, kind of like DBAB, like, you know.
Yes. If y'all don't know what it means, look it up.
Yeah, just
by the shirt.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just everybody goes through stuff. Yeah. Life happens to everyone. It doesn't matter if you're down here, if you're up here. Things are going to happen, and so you just have to deal with them as they come. Yeah, you know, and persevere and get through it.
I took it as no shit. It's hard. We know. Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Well, keep going through the hard or quit.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because it ain't going away.
Exactly. It's not. You know? It's kind of like the more money, more problems almost, you know?
I mean, I think it's just life has its problems.
Yeah, that's true.
And thank goodness, because without them, it would be easy for everyone to navigate. And none of this shit would probably pay as well.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
you get paid to solve problems.
Yeah.
Now he gets paid to help us solve problems quicker.
Right.
Same, you're here.
Yeah.
Try to solve some of the problems quicker.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's the whole, that's the whole journey of this thing.
Yeah.
You know? Now I always just try to look at days like this and be like, damn, what are we missing when we're talking to people? What message are we giving out? Like, you know what I mean? Some of the things he hasn't seen yet. It's like, can we articulate that better sooner? You know what I'm saying? As we're working, by the way, y'all can't see. I wish I could turn the camera around. Nika's hiding right over there, filming. She set everything up. I don't know how. You might have to to piggyback on them to get in there, but
my upline.
Yeah, it's like, y'all are gonna talk at which. Yeah, she hid for the day. Well, I sat with my team really for a while.
I got talking to the okay.
Nah, you're good.
Maybe scoot over a little bit.
She's like, get out. She's taking over.
I don't know if I'm in the camera. Okay.
You're in the camera.
Okay.
We're
I don't
bound
know
to
how
be.
any of this works.
You just talk.
Okay.
You don't have to do nothing.
I feel crazy.
You are crazy.
Yeah.
Is this a surprise to you?
All of it. I'm just excited. I'm so elated. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. And I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm just happy that I know you, happy that was able to cultivate a relationship with you that stuck around for years. I mean, we just touch base and keep in touch. And if I have questions, I ask you. I don't hound you. I don't bother you. I know better than that. And I don't complain.
Wow. That's right. What made you have him out today?
I had him
Why'd you
out
say that?
because I just know how phenomenal of a coach you are and a mentor. And I was blessed to have you. A lot of people didn't have you. And I had you on the raw and rugged side. But I mean, I hear you tell the stories, but for me, my experience wasn't the stories that you tell. So I had a different experience because I had a different approach. I didn't take it personally. I didn't think you were being personal. I thought that you were just a tough coach and you just wanted the best for us. And that's what coaches do. I don't know what coach goes around, doing that on the field or whatever the game is. I don't know, but I know I was a dancer for all my life. And I know my coaches was in my face, yelling and screaming, discipline, And so I think, I just have to attribute a lot of the way that I think and the way that I am about even complaining and stuff to my mom, My mother was a very important force in my life. And when I lost her, that was crazy. But I had just got into this. So just knowing how she raised me, she didn't raise me to quit. I've gone through some really, really tough classes. I've gone through some really tough things that I've taken on in my life, but I just never quit. I mean, even if I was slow, I never quit. I never give up. And I think that's what it was for me. I'd been coached by tough coaches before. And so what you were doing was normal to me. It wasn't like personal. And when you would curse, that's just your personality, but I curse. My family curses. I love people that curse. You know what I'm saying? It just makes everything sound better.
I agree. It's like salt on the dinner.
But all jokes aside, I just think you want the best for people. And sometimes I think you got to the point where different than me, that you were able to separate, okay, I can't want more for them than they want for themselves. And you just articulate that differently. And so to some people, it may come off curt and it may come off obnoxious or, like you say, an asshole. But I never took you like that. I just never got that.
Yeah, I agree. I appreciate it. It wasn't, I mean, you definitely got to see it from a different perspective. And I love seeing people win in this thing. I always tell people, if you spend time, like after a while, like one of the conversations we had, when I was like, if I listen to everything you say, how long would it take you to help me learn to do what you're doing? 30 days, you told me. So I'm like, after 30 days, maybe there's some 30 days, but 9 months, 18 months in, what on earth can we be talking about?
I don't know, but
Now, you start building a team, there's new stuff, new problems all the time. You start building a business, that never ends. But people that just sell, after a while, I'm like, I just don't have the energy to talk about the flowers and the sunshine or the negative stuff or whatever all the time. And it was an interesting transition, but I don't regret none of it, because I wouldn't have been able to help as many people as I did if I sat there trying to drag everyone to the next, what I perceived their next level to be. So I just let them define the level based on their actions. And if you don't
I think that's
adapt,
the best thing that you taught me about this, because that's what deterred me in the beginning. It's just all of that stuff. And I don't know. For the most part, I mean, Jamal can tell you, I live a very zen life. I don't really like a lot of drama and emotion. It's just me. I'm away from people. I love people, But yeah, but like the complaining, and like everybody has problems, and
Yeah.
everybody's rent is due, and everybody's one paycheck from being homeless, and like everybody has the same old problems. You know that,
And yet you mother effers won't pick up the phone. What did you want for him though? So Shanika called me and was like, you should have a program where you let people come to your office and hang out with you for the day. And she gave it a fancy name and everything. And I'm like, cool, let's do it. Which is funny. That's how Bet Davis said he got started. Did you catch that? Yeah. I asked him about like he's like, it happened by mistake. Someone called me and asked if we have this program. And he's like, nah, but we can make one. And off the rip, literally how his whole consulting company started from the same concept.
That's dope.
I told you we've had a lot of people reaching out just for help, generic, but no one's ever asked it the way you did. To like, hey, can I send them down for the day? And I'm like, that's a damn good idea.
Let me fly him out.
Yeah.
And let him come work with my mentor. I talk about you all the time. I share all your videos. I follow you. They follow you. The people that want to grow, they just, they follow what I do, and that's what I do. So,
What'd you want for him? Why him? And then what did you see him getting out of it?
I just wanted him to get his mojo back, and I wanted to recognize him for the hardship that he had encountered, but never gave up. And I could identify with that. Yeah. And it wasn't just like a random, it was very close to home. So that's something that a lot of people would not typically recover from as quickly. And I'm not saying he's recovered. I'm saying he made a choice to hang in there. I mean, and then when he came back, I started seeing him get back in more or whatever. And I knew he could use the boost. I knew that he could use the support. I believed in him. I saw him from the beginning. And so I thought, well, I don't know any other way to take it to the next level other than go to the next level, which is you. So I just said, I just want him to pick your brain, soak up this experience. This has never happened before. Never happened before. You are the first cohort, and you're just one. I'm sure he'll do this again with maybe 4 or 5 people sitting around this table. It'll be a different experience, but this was the first one. And then I just wanted you to get them to maximize as much as you could, because I had a really positive experience with John, and he's taught me everything I know. So I just wanted you to get that in a day, sort of. Right. Just get that boost that you had, that pep back in your step. And then when I put you in charge of, coaching boot camp, that lit a fire up under you that brought you, because you said, you were down and stuff, but this gave you something to show up for every day.
That's cool.
So I knew if that's where he was, this right here would just bring him up over the top. So, and it did. It really boosted. I mean, he hasn't slept since last Thursday since you told him. Really.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see where it goes. We had a good day.
Because believe me, we go through this all the time with agents and stuff and pour into them. I know I have. I'm a very bad victim. Person. I'm not good with hiring and stuff yet. I'm getting better as we speak. But we hear it all the time, what they want to do, what they want to be, how much they want to make, all the problems, and then you put all of this effort and energy into them, and then it's a flop.
Yeah.
It goes nowhere. So that's why I got to get better.
It's just, we talked about it today, short-term goals and structure with stuff, and you find out quick if you do it the right way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He changed in
less than 24 hours.
I was going to say 2 hours.
No, yeah.
after so it's easy to see when people do that. You know what I mean? And I didn't do anything complicated.
No,
it was just a very intentional. You
did what you did on my other call when you called out the girl that was door dashing.
Oh, yeah.
And you broke that shit down.
Yeah, I forgot about her. Yeah, but she didn't. I don't think she executed.
No, she didn't.
Yeah.
And so
we gave her things to do, and she did one day, and then that was it.
But she did master that dialing.
Yeah.
It's just other things didn't execute the way that I'm sure she wanted it to. Yeah. However, I want to see her get back up on the horse. Everybody can fall off, but it's about how you get back up.
Yeah. I'm gonna slide it here.
I sure hope they got me, because.
Nah, you're good. You can stay there. You're good. So give them overall of the day and maybe something you're going to implement.
I'm I'm going to implement, what did you call it? Stupid intentional.
Stupid intentional, bro.
Yeah, stupid intentional. Yeah.
What's that?
Definitely.
It's just something I say a lot, apparently. And my team, like, you know how we all have like things we say, but unless someone tells you say it, you don't realize how much you say something.
Right.
Well, that was what Reese is gonna have a blast editing that out the whole time. Ding.
It's been doing that the whole time? Yeah. And I'm so mute, so I don't even hear it.
We're gonna teach you. So you need to. We're gonna. Just your life will be better if you turn that thing on mute. Holy moly. But that was one of the things. Like I just talk about when we're planning things, for instance. Like even for today, when I start talking to the team, I'm like, yo, he's coming in to learn some stuff. On our end, we just got to be stupid intentional with how we handle the day to make sure everything flows the way that we utilize it the right way. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of layers to how we can all capitalize on a day like this. And I just was like, let's just be stupid intentional. And every time we're talking about something like, hey, don't forget, let's be stupid intentional. And they pointed out,
Say to us.
nah, what?
Keep it stupid simple.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Yeah. Today, there was nothing complicated about today.
No, it wasn't.
It was simple,
today was
but it was
chill.
intentional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Amanda got taken care of they had the schedule on point. Andre sat with you for a while. She had lunch figured out. They had the timing of everything down. Like all I did was roll out of bed like every other day. You know what I mean? I get to be intentional in the moment, but people around me are intentional with all the things so I can do what I do well. I didn't set none of this. I don't know how this mic got here. I mean, I do, but it wasn't from me. I don't know how to plug it in. I don't know how to, they did all that because everything we talk about is can we be, so just me as being in very like on purpose intentional best we can all the time. You know what I mean? And we don't get it right every day, all day, but we try. You know what I mean? And then we look at things.
Is it because you are super, I mean, are you OCD?
I am, but it's not because of that. Maybe it is. I don't know. That's probably a better question for Amanda. Some of it comes from, I mean, I am fucking crazy in all kinds of ways. I would definitely be categorized as OCD type person. But I think sometimes you do things and then when you review them after, you realize like you could have got more out of something. Does that make sense? Or you wasted your time. Excuse me.
Yeah, I feel like that.
And it's like just as simple as this. It's like, do you know someone else is going to watch this shit?
Yeah.
What's it going to do? What do you think? What are some possible options you think?
Possibly motivate, inspire.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
And I didn't catch the first part, so I don't know how deep y'all went into this, but
Yeah, we're just talking.
okay.
You know what I mean? But then it might lead to them watching other videos, which might lead to them seeing a podcast that leads to them relating to someone that gets them out of a situation, all because we did this. You know what I'm saying? Could it lead to other business opportunities for us? Maybe.
Yeah.
If it does, great. If it don't, I'll live. But it's like, why not put it out there and see what happens from it? You know what I mean? It'll certainly get views and social media. You know what I mean? It accomplishes multiple aspects of our business as well. Gives you a highlight to people that are watching you and maybe wanting to work with you. And as you're recruiting, it's like, oh dang, he was down there. It gives you some stuff. I mean, there's a lot of angles that it touches. So it's like, let's just be smart. And this was Reese's idea. I didn't think of this. Okay. He was like, yeah, let's do this. I'm like, sounds like a great idea. You know?
So since you've never done it this way before, or John Wetmore experienced the day and the walk.
I've never had one-on-one. Yeah. I've had teams in here over the years because people wanted to come around and learn and train. You know what I mean? So on the Monday, Thursday thing we always did, I've had teams fly in and spend the day. It was much more hectic because there's so many people trying to learn at once at different levels. And I mean, but it was always just, yeah, come on in, just whatever. You know what I mean? It wasn't as intentional. I never had a paid for thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but one-on-one, I never do. Normally I'm like, I ain't spending a day with, But I like him. I'd have said no. I promise you I'd have said no. There's some people, give me a big, I'm like, nice, and I'm good. I ain't doing it.
No, that's why I was intentional.
Correct.
So let me ask you, do you feel like that? What was your thought process for something like this the first time? What do you think the biggest key points that you would want somebody in his position to take away? Since this is the first time, I mean, it's absorbing a lot of information. I know it's probably overwhelming a little bit because it's like a lot of shit you
Yeah.
figure you got to do now.
Yeah.
You know,
And I
can
was-
imagine.
I was also intentional to not overwhelm him on purpose.
Okay, got you.
I could have spent. What do we get here? 9:45. It's 4 now. Something like 3. What time is it? 3. Something like that. It's already 4 o'clock. Smokes. So 10. That could have been 6 straight hours of stuff. His head would have been spinning.
That's what I was.
You know what I'm saying? So I left some of my stuff on the calendar. Just let it. He got to watch what I do too. No different than I tell you when you're working with people, teaching them how to dial. Ain't nothing better to do than teach them how to dial. Shit, there's a whole lot you got out of the day watching me do what I do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just watching you in action.
Correct. You know, I had a lot going on today, but then I put in. I was like, all right, from 11 to 2, be me and him, and then from 2 to prior to that, what did we do? 9:45 to 10, I closed on a house.
Yeah.
10 to 11, I had 2 calls. People real estate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Look, I had someone come in here, sign deal. I was signing paperwork in here and there. Yeah.
That's right. You got your license, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't for that. I do. I actually have my real estate and mortgage license.
Don't you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we did 11 to 2-ish, something like that. And then I had PBD's thing 2 to 3:30, and then we came in here. Yeah. But it's like I was intentional to make sure he didn't walk away with too much. Sometimes people get too much information. So for me, what I would say with him is like he's even having a hard time going what to implement. Why? Because there were so many changes he can make that can impact things in a big way. So my advice would be to sit down,
Top 5.
write them down, and prioritize them. You know what I mean? And just do one thing at a time. You know what I mean? So it's like number them. 1 through 20, 1 through 10, however many there are. Okay. Just don't even number, just list them.
Right.
And then you go, what's most important to me right now to help me hit my most immediate goals? Okay. And maybe you could, just knowing what I know because I had the conversations, there's probably a couple things you can do simultaneously. Some on a personal side, something on a building side. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that coach thing, like we can tweak that right away. Yeah. But you can also tweak your schedule thing right away. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, but then some things are going to be longer term. Some of the financial stuff, it's like, all right, that doesn't have to be priority 1 because you can't do that today anyway.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'd list out as much as you can and do it over the next few days. And as you start to see stuff, some of it that we talked about, you'd be like, oh, that's where I should have right there would have been the moment. Yeah. And you'll mess it up and forget about it and be like, all right, next time I get that, let's do this. You know, so just it's going to continue to be an ongoing thing. You know, and then the more you are involved in some of the other stuff we got going on, the more we can keep going back and forth. You know what I mean? Yeah. This is, it ain't typically, if it's done right, it ain't a one-day thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think about all of
This is definitely just a boost of the start of your new normal.
Yeah.
And
Dig
I got to take care of my stuff and getting my leads thing off to a
getting
start.
popping. Is it going?
It's
Good.
gonna be.
Team's gonna take care of it. We got a lot of cool stuff happening.
I'm
Yeah.
so excited. I've never thought that I would even be in that space.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, it's just a lot of pushing going on, but
Cool. Well, I appreciate it, brother.
I'm up for the challenge.
Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
Always.
Good job. Peace.